called Honorable Sri Justice Sri Sonak sir, Honorable Sri Valmiki sir, and Honorable Justice Sri Jitendra sir. As a tradition of green welcome, I request Madam Amre to welcome all the dignitaries with the plant. Thank you, madam. Actually, today is a very emotional day for me, at least personally, because I want to just narrate one story about my father. My father died in March 2007. That means almost around 17 years back, and he was put on ventilator twice. And when he was almost third time to go on ventilator, I thought that is unlikely to be of any benefit to him. But as a doctor, it was difficult for me as a doctor also, but I had to take some decision about him. So I called my brother, he is here also today, Vallabh, and my sister, and I explained to them that this is we are doing in futility the treatment. He is just going to be in ICU, we won't be able to see him much. It's better we take him home and be amongst us all. So finally both of them agreed, and our all other members, Bhai also is here. Then we decided to bring him, and I felt that was the best decision I could have taken any time, because he really enjoyed those 3 days. 3 days he survived at home. But there was a music, something Natya Sangeet samke avadtale bapak samke. So the Natya Sangeet was going on behind. He was there, we just put him on oxygen, and all grandchildren playing around him, all my sisters and all my seniors, all colleagues, his brother, his all full family was around, and finally he breathed his last in my arms. I felt that some grief is there, but his peaceful exit was very important. And I think over a period of now next 17 years, I think now Supreme Court has given us some guidelines. I am very thankful to Honorable Justice our Sonak sir, because when we approached him, and he gave us almost 1.5 hours, and Dr. Amol, who is the mentor for and domain expert for this end of life care, he said that yes, we should go ahead and do it this. And then on 16th of February we started our first meeting. We called all the stakeholders. Then we had multiple meetings. We called doctors, we called Deputy Collector, Director of Health Services, Law Department, Police. Everybody was involved in this, including Information and Technology. And over a period of around 2-3 months of intense deliberation, finally Goa has come up with these guidelines. And last meeting, which was on 28 March, everybody suggested that IMA and JSLSA should bring a booklet so that it will be helpful for the people around, just to read and what is this end-of-life care and what is this advanced medical directive. म्हणजे आमकां सगळ्यांक खबर आसता की आमी आमची वील करता ओनली फॉर मटेरियल पर्पज, म्हणजे पैसे कोणाक वचपाचे, हे कोणाक वचपाचे, ते कोणाक वतागे, दॅट टू आफ्टर इम्प्लिमेंटेशन आफ्टर माय डेथ. Here if I am not incapacitated or unconscious asa, and this I am very terminal stageचेर आसा where I cannot do much, म्हणजे म्हाका काय हेल्प जावची ना, जाल्यार how I should be able to कशें मदत घेवचें here I can give as an advance, it's like what is called a living will. So ती आयज आमी एक बुकलेटूय आमी पब्लिश करतले at the hand of our Justice Sonak sir and बाकीचे आमचे judges आहात हांगा. Plus in the end we will have one sir will sign the AMD himself and we will demonstrate how it can be done exactly, so that the people, whoever is interested, can do it in future. So now I request our staff to bring the documents to the sir. Sir can give to everyone. Sir, I will call Ram sir now. Ram sir, sir to me, you are the most important person. Devdat, Amol, line of come. तुझ्याशिवाय हे जावचें नासलें.
The days, all of you who have gathered over here, thank you very much for being present today on this, I should say, a momentous occasion. I think we are all extremely busy living our lives, and that leaves us with hardly any time to contemplate about the end of the life issues which are inevitable and for which we must start preparing a little early. I am extremely happy that the Indian Medical Association Goa chapter, the Goa State Legal Services Authority and the Goa State Administration have all come together and made a beginning. And I must say that Goa is the first state which has formalized to some extent the implementation of the directives issued by the Supreme Court of India. And that is what is the significance of today's momentous occasion. I mean, let us be fair that all of us have these thoughts. It's not just the people of Goa, but people all over. But there is always a difference between having good thoughts and taking the first steps to implement them. So this is just the beginning. I'm sure there are going to be teething issues which we are all confident we will overcome. But the importance of today's occasion is that this is the first step in a correct direction. And I compliment all those who are involved in taking this first step. And I also thank you very much for being present over here. Our President of the High Court Bar Association, Mr. Pereira, is also here. I welcome you, sir. Thank you very much. So I leave you with this small booklet which gives an idea of what an advanced medical directive is, how it is to be prepared, where it is to be deposited. It's absolutely a simple process. Please go through this, and I once again thank all those involved in this process. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now I request sir to send e-copy of this to the press. So I just request sir to just do that. Now I request Sanjay sir to bring our Dinesh sir on the dais, and Dr. Mehta, who is a gazetted officer. So these are the two witnesses, Dinesh sir and Dr. Sandesh, and Dr. Mehta is a gazetted officer who will sign. So it's a very simple one.
Everybody, on every copy there is a link to what was the meeting, what was the agenda, and what has been finalized. Just to give a background of what is going to happen here, Dr. Nikhil Datar in February 2023, he is a renowned gynecologist in Mumbai who created his AMD, and he went around all of Mumbai where to deposit it. Despite Supreme Court making the guidelines in 2023 January, he did not find a taker in the Maharashtra administration where to deposit it. So much so that in December 2023, few months back, he has made a public interest litigation in the High Court of Bombay, and he has mentioned to the Chief Justice of the High Court of Bombay that, sir, although the administration has put in place, the Supreme Court has given orders, but the administration has not put in place the mechanism. So when we approached Sonak sir, he told us that we will do this. And like Dr. Salkar has just told you, and you will see from the timelines also, between 16th of February and 28th of March, hardly 45 days, we have put in place a mechanism for Goa, whereby any person who is desirous of making this living will has access to a format in which he can make it. Then he has to simply write down his actual wishes in that and get it witnessed by two of his witnesses, get it attested by a gazetted officer or a notary public, and then deposit it to the main Mamlatdar of his area, who will forward it to the additional collector. Can we have the next slide, please? So that is what the AMD approximately looks like, and we are indeed honored here that Sir has decided that he will do this as a public event. This document can be confidential, my wishes can be confidential, but Sir has taken this extreme step of letting the public of Goa know that he has made the AMD, to set an example to the rest of the state that indeed people should make this AMD and deposit it. And we decided that let us do it in a way that public understands how this is to be done. So Sir has drafted his AMD in the format that is shown there, and it's available to you also on that link. And he is right now going to sign that AMD, and his two witnesses, Registrar Sir Mr. Dinesh Shetty and Dr. Sanjay Sodankar, are going to be the two. So any person who is desirous can do the same thing, just write up his wishes, sign it, get it witnessed by two persons who he trusts, and thereafter go to a notary public or a simple gazette officer, Government of Goa gazetted officer, who will put his stamp of authority saying that yes, indeed this document has been done by a fully conscious person knowing what he is doing in the presence of two witnesses. So it is preferred that this copy is made in 3 different copies. One will be deposited in the repository through the main Mamlatdar going to the additional collector. One remains with that person, and he may want to choose it with the person that he is deciding is going to be surrogate when he is not in a state to decide. And one preferably should give to his family physician. So here Dr. Salkar is going to be the family physician, I guess, for Mr. Sonak. May I request Mr. Nathan Afonso, who is the main Mamlatdar of Tiswadi, is representing the Mamlatdar of Bardes here, to come forward and receive this copy of AMD from Sonak sir for safekeeping. This would be the process for any citizen of Goa. Go to your respective main Mamlatdar and make a deposit of this AMD copy. Thereafter, he would forward it to the additional collector. We are honored to have Mr. Deepak Desai to receive it from Nathan sir. The same copy Nathan sir would give to Mr. Deepak Desai, who would now keep it in the government's repository. And in case any dispute arises, or if the physician wants to know whether really such an AMD exists, he has to make a simple letter to the additional collector who will give him a certified copy. That is the purpose of making this deposit. Sonak sir would also give one copy to Mr. Salkar, Dr. Salkar here as a family physician, so that he is aware of the process. Can we have another slide? So this is a pathway in which it is happening. End of life care. That means the care given at the end of life. We don't stop care when life ends. We continue care. And that's the whole point. When a person is desirous of making this simple, he executes the AMD. Press. Yeah, so that's the AMD that he has made. He goes to a gazetted officer or a notary public with 2 witnesses, gets it signed, and then deposits it. So, no, go back, you're going too fast. Yeah. So, God willing, nothing is going to happen to us all, but that's not the truth, right? Means we are all mortals. Someday we are going to land in a state where we require hospitalization. And if you have made this AMD, doesn't mean the doctor is not going to care for you. Every doctor is obliged to give you the best possible care and the best possible chance to get better. So that is what this lady doctor is going to try to do for you. Try her best, do the best to give you care. But we have also designed certain futility criteria. There comes a point of no return where giving care becomes futile. And there are objective criteria for this which we have established, and we have also given a link in that, but it is for the use of doctors only. So that doctor would first self-reassess whether it is really worthwhile giving further care or is it only bringing more suffering to the person. And if he or she feels that it is futile, she would call upon 2 other colleagues, and that becomes what is called as a primary board defined by the Supreme Court. So that primary board has to agree with what the doctor is saying. If the primary board agrees, then there is a secondary board which is 3 other doctors. So 6 doctors are going to make the decision whether care is futile or not. And once this is made, yes please, we have given them forms in which to document, which forms are also linked in that booklet that you have, and the family will be counseled that in case you have agreed and the person has made his wishes clear, we could then withdraw life support in a staged manner. We could give him palliative care, care for his pain, care for his nutrition, and not do futile interventions like dialysis, chemotherapy, invasive ventilation and other things. At any point, if there is disagreement between parties, then the appellate authority is the High Court. So sir has increased the burden of work on this office. I can see his colleagues, his brothers here smiling, because they might be facing cases for which we have constituted an advisory panel of doctors with 20 years experience, whom you can call upon, and within 48 hours we have to make the decision whether the futility is really genuine or not. So that is the process in which this happens. So sir is going to symbolically give one copy to his family physician, which is Dr. Shekhar Salkar here. So thank you all for indulging me again, and thanks to IMA and Dr. Shekhar Salkar for this opportunity. They have all worked very hard together. You can see we've been making many rounds of the High Court. I hope we have to make this only on a non-personal level or professional level, and wish Sonak sir a brilliant career in Bombay. Thank you, sir.
Sir will be going to Mumbai tomorrow onwards. So he has done one very good deed. In 2017, when Dr. Mehta was the president of the IMA, we had organ donation as a subject, and we had given that time. This time is be kind to your mind. That time we said keep giving, carry on living. That means you can give organs and let someone else live. So when I told sir this also was our motto, he said he would love to donate his pledge. I would not say donate, pledge his organs once he is gone, so that he can live with in the eyes and heart and liver of the others. So I just request sir to just show that certificate and just ask people to whatever you want, sir.
Yes. I would request all of you to familiarize yourself with these procedures. Please consider whether you could also be an organ donor.
Sir, one more important things we want to do. We want to felicitate one person who was all the time behind the curtains, and that is none other than Dr. Devdutt Sai. All these things, what you saw that video and other things and this preparation of this, he is a silent worker behind the curtains, and we are on the, if we are like, I always say, we are like Shah Rukh Khan, he is the director behind. Director la kon pahina. Picture konache Shah Rukh Khanache manta, but the director is more important. So I request sir to just present him with a certificate of appreciation. The process of operationalization of the Advanced Medical Directive was initiated in February this year, and today as I witnessed the creation of this first AMD of the state, I am overwhelmed with the sense of achievement. I take this opportunity to convey my sincere gratitude to Sonak sir, then our Deshpande sir also was there that time in the first meeting, and all the staff of his High Court, and also Dr. Dinesh, I would say Dr. Sir Dinesh Shetty sir, who is a registrar, then our Ram Prabhu Desai is also a registrar judicial, and Madam Amriye, we is a very important, these three people have really gone out of their way to help us and create all these things. But there were a lot of other stakeholders who were there in this. I also thank various stakeholders such as, we had long discussions and deliberations on this. We would like to thank our Collector North, Madam Sneha, then Collector South, Mr. Ashwin, then all other supportive staff like Deputy Collector, Collectors, Mamledars and all those things for issuing the proper orders. Secretary Health, Sri Arun Mishra for his proactive part in key discussions, and all his supportive staff including Director and Dean, Superintendent, then Under Secretaries and all, who have really gone out of their way and tried to help us out in this matter. Then we have also special thanks to our Geeta Kakodkar Director, who has helped us in having a special meeting for primary board, how the certification has to be there of primary, secondary board and all those things. And officials of information technology from North and South Goa District Hospital, Law Department, advocates, medical professionals. There were too many fellows who have involved in this very important subject, end of life care. I think we have sent this message very clear and loud, and today we have demonstrated also how the simple process of AMD can be done. So I request all of you, in case whoever is interested can do this. In any problem you can contact us anytime. We will try to circulate this booklet to everyone as far as possible. Thank you very much, and I think this will conclude the function. Thank you very much. I must appreciate all of you who have come in a large number to see and witness this important part.